You're just a Sims character, guided by destiny? Or is it something else? Are you sure you're not being controlled by someone or something? Are you the chosen one? Look around. Everything you call reality might just be not real. The Matrix wasn't a sci-fi movie, it was a documentary. This line might seem like an exaggeration, but for many believers in simulation theory, it's closer to the truth than we think. The concept that our reality is an advanced computer simulation, controlled by a more developed civilization, has moved from the realms of science fiction to serious academic discussion. The theory took root in the modern era with philosopher Nick Bostrom in 2003, who proposed that one of three possibilities must be true. Either civilizations never reach a level of technological advancement where they can simulate conscious beings, they choose not to simulate them, or we are almost certainly living in a simulation right now. Movies like The Matrix became cultural touchstones for this theory, illustrating the idea that the world around us might not be as real as we think. The movie played out a scenario where humans lived in a simulated reality, trapped in pods while machines harvested their energy, all while their minds were plugged into an artificial reality. Elon Musk further propelled this theory into mainstream conversation, famously stating that if technology continues to advance at its current rate, there is a 1 in a billion chance we're living in base reality. With the rapid progression of AI, virtual reality, and quantum computing, the lines between reality and simulation are becoming increasingly blurred. Simulation theory is a natural extension of age-old philosophical questions about the nature of existence. René Descartes once declared, "I think therefore I am," as a proof of his existence. But simulation theory questions the very foundation of this. What if even our thoughts and feelings are part of a coded program? On the technological side, the leap in artificial intelligence, neural networks, and quantum computing has laid the foundation for creating hyper-realistic simulated worlds. Games like The Sims already allow players to control simulated lives, shaping virtual experiences. The only difference is that those characters aren't aware of their own simulation. What if we are? The level of realism in today's video games is nothing short of breathtaking. As we continue to push the boundaries, it's not hard to imagine a future where simulations become indistinguishable from reality. And it's in that future where the simulation theory feels less like a distant possibility and more like an inevitable reality. The human brain is one of the most powerful computers in existence, capable of processing immense amounts of information every second. Think back to the Matrix. Humans were used as energy sources, their brains connected to an artificial world without their knowledge. Now imagine that our brains are like computers. During the first 7 years of our lives, we are essentially downloading the core software, basic survival skills, the foundations of life. After that, we continue to download endless streams of information every day, forming a unique operating system in each of us. Drugs, for instance, can be compared to software plugins for the brain. They enhance or distort certain aspects of our perception, but often at the cost of other cognitive functions, much like how heavy programs can slow down a computer's processing power. Dr. Bruce Lipton, a biologist, has suggested that much of our behavior is controlled by subconscious programming, which operates like a preset code. According to him, we can reprogram this code through self-awareness and consciousness practices. Similarly, Billy Carson, another advocate of simulation theory, argues that by accessing deeper levels of consciousness, we can begin to understand and control the simulation we live in. This idea implies that the more we understand about our minds, the more we can hack the system. Adding to this, there's the Mandela effect, where large groups of people remember events or facts differently than how they are recorded. This phenomenon fuels the idea that reality may be glitching, or that alternate versions of reality, or simulations, are blending, reinforcing the notion that the world around us may not be as stable or consistent as we believe. Several scientific phenomena seem to support the idea that reality might be more fluid than we think. The double-slit experiment is one of the most famous. In this experiment, particles like electrons behave as waves when unobserved, but as particles when they are observed. This is known as the observer effect, where the act of observation changes the outcome. This strange behavior suggests that reality renders itself differently based on whether it's being watched, similar to how a video game only renders what the player can see. But it doesn't stop there. Fibonacci sequences and fractals are other phenomena that seem to hint at underlying patterns in nature that might resemble computer code. The Fibonacci sequence is a mathematical pattern that appears in everything from the arrangement of leaves on a plant to the spirals of galaxies. Fractals, on the other hand, are infinitely repeating patterns found throughout nature, from the branching of trees to the structure of coastlines. These complex repeating patterns in the natural world feel eerily like the type of intricate design one would expect in a simulated environment. If reality were designed by a highly advanced civilization, these fractals and sequences might be their version of highly efficient code used to construct everything we perceive. Today's video games are already providing us with hyper-realistic simulations. Consider games like The Sims, where we create digital characters, give them jobs, relationships, and even control their actions. These digital characters, however, are blissfully unaware of their simulated nature. And as games evolve, the line between real and virtual continues to blur. One such game, Inzo, though not yet released, is already attracting attention for its jaw-dropping realism. The level of graphic detail and lifelike immersion in the game makes it hard to distinguish from reality. Imagine playing a game where everything feels real. What separates that from the possibility that our own reality is a simulation? As technology advances, we are edging ever closer to a point where creating simulations of entire worlds becomes a reality. If we are close to creating these worlds ourselves, it doesn't seem too far-fetched that an advanced civilization has already done so, and that we might be living in one of their creations. So, here we are, standing at the edge of one of the greatest mysteries of all time. If everything we know and experience is simply part of an incredibly complex simulation, what does that mean for our existence? Is there even such a thing as free will? Or are our choices pre-programmed by some external force? Does it matter whether we are real or simulated, as long as we continue to live, love, and experience life? The simulation theory raises profound questions about the very nature of existence, questions that may never be fully answered. But whether we are living in a simulation or not, the journey of questioning and exploring the nature of reality may be just as important as the answers themselves. Share your thoughts. Like the video and subscribe for more revelations.